Aiken. Today we're going to talk about the postmodern society.
And the postmodern society is our existing society. And it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because we want to know how we deal with our possibilities today.
Tonight in the studio we have Professor I.M. Boring from Cambridge University. And Ms. Boring, which possibilities do we have in our existing society, the postmodern society?
Well, this generation of young people has grown up with computers and other things like cell phones, which in most cases are within range. We will focus on the problem the internet can cause educationally. The internet was originally designed to facilitate communication and research activities. However, the dramatic increase of the use of the internet in recent years has led to internet addiction and misuse, especially among young people. Unfortunately, it has become a problem in school. Instead of paying attention or using the computer or internet for constructive purposes, young people are buying clothes, playing games, or chatting on Facebook. And this can affect their education. On the other hand, if we use the internet right, we could really use it for good and expand our knowledge. Well, the easy access to other people's ideas on how to look has had a tremendous effect on us. And that is what my colleague, Ginger Ale, will talk more about now.
Okay, thank you.
So now we will move on to Ginger Ale, who will talk about being self-centered.
Hello and welcome.
Hello.
I want to talk about being self-centered. In our society, we have become very self-centered and we want to look good and pay a lot of money to look good. But sometimes it ends up very bad. If we take a look at this drawing, some people may think this is attractive. I don't. Long blonde hair with extensions and lips with filler in and big plastic boobs. And very thin.
Yeah, where is Vashti? And now we'll move back to I Am Boring and Amanda.
So, I am Boring. Will you tell me something about Anthony Giddens?
Yes, well, Anthony Giddens is an English sociologist, and it's important for understanding Giddens to note his interest in the increasingly post-traditional nature of society. He does not think that our society today is post-modernism, but is also a part of the modernistic age. When tradition dominates individual actions, individual actions do not have to be analyzed in the same way because choices are already prescribed by the traditions and customs. Well, of course this does not mean that the traditions can never be thought about or challenged. But in post-traditional times, however, we don't really worry about the precedents set by previous generations, and options are at least as open as the law and public opinion will allow. Society becomes much more reflection and aware of its own precariously constructed state. Giddens is fascinated by the growing amount of reflexivity in all aspects of society, from formal governments at one end of the scale to intimate sexual relationships on the other. Modernity is post-traditional. A society can't be fully modern if attitudes, action, or institutions are significantly influenced by traditions, because difference to tradition, doing things just because people did them in the past, is the opposite of modern reflexivity. Giddens' theory about the postmodern society, or the post-traditional society, are built on 4 groundstones, explaining why we are so individualized as we are today. The first groundstone, separation of time and space. Modern technology, especially upcoming of the internet, has made us independent from time and place. We can be online anytime, anywhere. Distance means less. We can physically be anywhere in a few hours, but mentally in a few seconds. The social functions. Many of these assignments that traditionally were in the family is now the welfare state's or the market's responsibility. Care is no longer given by love, but given by money. Being dependent of abstract systems. We are dependent on what Giddens called symbolic science, especially money and expert systems. The technology demands big trust to the experts because we can't control everything in our daily life. Reflexivity, because traditions are fading away, means that we can choose by our beliefs and not because of the traditions, and because of what we are more self-involved. These are the four groundstones creating the frames of Giddens' theory on our postmodern society. These will explain why we are more individualized and more self-centered.
In the postmodern society, we also travel a lot, and our opportunities for traveling has grown much bigger since our parents were young. We have so many opportunities, for example for studying, and many of us use them. We can study in the entire world, for example for a couple of weeks or in a whole year. We can easily travel around the world, for example by ourselves, with our friends, our family, or by groups. Many choose to travel alone, to get to know themselves better, and especially young people choose to travel alone, for example before high school, during high school, or after high school. All this happens in comparison with the individualization our society is going through. Today, our world is so globalized, and we have the entire world as our playground. So, Chris, why is it important for us to travel?
Well, it gives young people the confidence to deal with the range of situations, no matter where they are. They get to experience different cultures, which will allow them to develop their own life experience for the future. It allows them an inside look into how other cultures operate in separation from their own. And we think a young person would benefit from seeing different countries and see what the different cultures have to offer, and gives them a broad knowledge of what's out there.
Yes.
Yeah. If you travel alone, you will even have to learn how to deal with being completely dependent on yourself, and this will boost your self-esteem. Yeah. The reason why traveling is good is that you get out of your comfort zone. At home, you know everything. Food tastes the same, and most people never do anything out of their normal routine.
So Chris, what can travel give us?
Well, traveling provides tremendous opportunities for fun, adventure, and discoveries. When they visit places in other countries, they gain a better understanding of the people living there. They learn their cultures, history, and background. They discover the similarities others have with them, as well as their differences from themselves. It is interesting to learn from people with different backgrounds.
Yes.
And traveling helps to enrich their life. It increases their knowledge and widens their perspective, and they grow as humans.
Okay.
When they visit interesting places, they discover and learn many things. They discover new people, surroundings, plants, and animals.
So that was it for today. I'm Amanda Wader.
And I'm Chris P. Bacon.
Tomorrow we'll focus on tigers in Africa.